Hello and welcome. I'm the Mariner, and this is Deep Dive Gaming. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 3 of our deep dive into Settlements 2 in Fallout 4. Today we're going to actually get started on some Settlements 2 content. So if you're coming into this web series on this video, I want you to know that there are a couple of introductory videos covering the main mods we're using, Settlements 2 and Loot Detector. Going through the various settings we are setting there, we're using for this playthrough, and also covering the loot detector and its needs. So I encourage you to go ahead and check out those if you're curious about our mod settings or what the loot detector mod is. We'll probably get into some of that content during this video or future videos. So let's get started. First thing we want to do, I did go and I slept in the root cellar, so it's morning. I've gone ahead and made sure our weather is going to be nice and clear, so we're not interrupted with rad storms like we did in previous attempts to record this video. And we'll go ahead, and I'm not going to read. I've been in previous takes of this, I've been reading these, but I figured that's superfluous, so I'll just let you guys pause and read, and then we'll move forward with the story. A couple things that we do want to do is make sure that we appropriate this, and then we want to come into Loot Detector and set our force destination to Sanctuary, so that when we're out and about, junk that we pick up is automatically sent here. And then lastly, we want to come in here and deliver some things that would weigh us down. So we'll keep the aid, because that will allow us to cook, which will be experience, or sell, which will be caps. And then we'll also store all of our junk. And then let's get building. Let's get things kicked off here. So I'm going to, I should talk about that really quick. That is the Idek II logistics station. That's another mod that add on to Sim Settlements 2 that we're using to enable better caravans. We'll get into that at some point in the future. But let's get our, and I'm putting it up here out of the way. It's kind of an RP thing. Height means longer range. Not really, but we're RPing. So we're putting this as high as we can get it in Sanctuary. And then we're powering it up. That magazine gives you the bits so that if you can't build these things after scouring Sanctuary, or you want to do your main settlement elsewhere, you have this stuff in your inventory, provided you don't dump it into Sanctuary, to build these. And then let's wait for the stranger to appear. I see him. There he is.
Hey, hello there. If I'm not mistaken, you're the gal I've been looking for.
Can I help you?
I heard your radio broadcast. Sounded as if you were starting some kind of settlement. Is that about the right of it?
You looking for a new place to settle?
Not me, no. But I have something that might help you with those that are. Here, catch. It's called an ASAM sensor. If you're going to be building settlements, these things are what you'll want to use.
Yeah? Why is that?
I think a demonstration is in order. Place that ASAM down on the ground somewhere. Go ahead. Any old spot will do.
That's technically not true. Laying down our first plot in Sanctuary kind of dictates how everything else gets laid out, at least for residences. So we're going to clear out this area here. Making sure to get rid of the floor mat that has vexed us in the past and laying this out. Okay, so we have 2 plots for residence right off the back. Without foundation, with foundation. I'm actually going to set down a plot or a foundation first, because if we lay down the foundation first, we'll be able to use the snapping tool to lay down other foundations against it. I'm also not going to use, I have it installed, but I'm not going to use the Place Anywhere mod for this, because we do want to leave a little bit of the concrete foundation exposed in order to snap the others to it when it comes that time. So we're going to try and line this up as well, best as we can. How's that look? Looks straight to me. Okay, so now we will put this plot down. And technically, you could probably snap other, like if you use the plot version, you'll be able to snap other foundations to it. But I think for cleanliness, it's better to have just to lay down the foundation first, then put the plot on top of it. In case you want to change things out later, you don't have to, when you store a plot, if you can store it without the foundation, because if you want to change the foundation later, you have that option. Or place it down on a different foundation. You can change foundations using the ASAM sensor. I'll get into that later. But for right now, this makes sense to me, so we'll go ahead and place that. And then this does not actually initiate until we leave workshop mode. So we'll go ahead and do that now.
Congratulations! You've made the smart move of choosing Robco brand ASAM sensors for your city planning needs. Unlike other less reliable multi-purpose sensors, Robco brand ASAM sensors offer the level of versatility and connectability that you deserve. Robco brand ASAM sensors, America's #1 sensor solution. Distributed in partnership with Voltec.
Nicely done. Don't mind the ASAM, it's just scanning the area for materials.
I love this. This is so cool. I kind of wish all the ASAM sensors did this. It'd definitely make it more fun to lay down future plots.
Now for this next part, I'm gonna pretend to be a settler who's come to work for you. So just play along, alright? Boy, I sure am glad I found this settlement to live in. But oh no, there are no homes available. And I don't know how to build one myself. I guess I'll just have to rely on whoever runs this place to build a home for me.
I love how we're role-playing inside of a role-playing game.
Don't sell yourself short.
You're right. If only I had a little guidance, I could probably build something myself. But wait, what is this? Why, it's an ASAM! Just the thing I need!
What do you need it for?
That is a great question. You see, with an ASAM, there's no barrier for entry when it comes to building something. All I'd need to do is follow the step-by-step instructions provided by the ASAM. Here, let me show you.
And we watch him build from here.
Once you've placed down a sensor, your role in the construction is pretty much done.
I don't really recommend trying to do anything else while he's building.
Just about anyone in the settlement can claim the area and start building for themselves. The directions that the ASAM provides are so easy to understand, even a savage could do it with no problem.
The Savage? Really? I question that. Is the Savage capable of following instructions, I guess? That's the question. I think this sleeping bag's also a cool thought.
Right, just one more nail. And finished.
A man's home is his castle, and no one understands that better than Robco. Our ASAM sensor technology offers citizens unrivaled freedom of DIY home design. Built using locally sourced materials and designed via our patented dynamic easy-build blueprint software. With Robco brand ASAM sensors, everyone can have a roof over their head. After all, a warm and dry citizen is a productive citizen.
And there you have it. A fully built home. Ready for habitation by some lucky wastelander. And you barely had to lift a finger. Not too shabby, huh? So now that you've seen what they can do, what do you think? Are ASAM sensors something you might be interested in?
What's the catch?
Ah, saw that coming, did you? You're right, there is a catch. Unfortunately, right now I only have the one sensor on me. However, I can provide you with more. And once you have more, I can show you even more stuff you could build with them. Homes are just the start. But first, I'm gonna have to ask for a little task done in return.
Tell me about the job.
All right, here it is. I got me a workshop in a town called Concord. Nice enough place, fairly quiet. Or at least it was. But just recently, I returned from a trade run to find the entire town overrun by raiders. And now I can't get near my workshop. A small group I could deal with, but there's too many for me to take on alone. So I'm gonna need someone to help take them out. So there it is. That's the job. You help me get rid of these raiders, I'll give you more ASAMs. And show you how to build even more stuff with them.
Raiders. The name alone says something.
You ain't wrong there. As far as I'm concerned, raiders are human filth. I just hope they've not messed up my workshop too much.
Don't worry. I'll help you deal with these raiders.
You will? Oh, that's great. Okay then. Let's head to Concord and show those raiders who's boss. Lead on.
From here, Jake becomes a pseudo-companion. He won't carry anything for you. You can't, I don't believe, give him any commands. He'll just talk to you if you talk to him.
Hi.
Let's head to Concord and show those raiders who's boss. Lead on.
Okay, so I'm going to not do that quite yet. I'm going to talk about a couple things that we see here on the screen. On the right, you see the resource panel. You can use the hotkeys to change how things look. And I recommend when you're checking these, or check these as needed. But when you're done checking, get it back to there. The reason you can see all of the components under the different categories is because we are playing with components difficulty set. I like that just because it makes it more in line with the vanilla game. You need specific components to build specific things. In the vanilla game, I like to keep that. On the right, we have our meters for food, water, defense, power. The house is how many of our population actually have a bed to sleep in, but it does not count non-plot beds. Just keep that in mind. The next one is work, how many of our guys are employed, and then the happiness. And quick note, these do not necessarily line up with the vanilla resource panel up at the top there. Food, water, power, defense, those don't necessarily will track very well. Beds kind of does. Happiness is the only thing that I come in here and look at, because the meter down there will give you a general idea of where you are and whether you're going up or down. Right now it's a frowny face, which means we're losing happiness. But if we wanted like an actual number, like to see how close we are to 70 or 80, which does matter for certain things in some settlements too, we can come in here and look at that number and see how close we actually are, see if we need to build anything, or if we got the number we want, but we might want to build more. We'll talk about that as we come up. Also, I don't believe we'll be able to play with the ASAM sensor right now. Yeah. And then we can scrap the power pole, but because we can't do the ASM sensor yet, I'm going to leave that there. I'm also, just because we can't build power plots yet, so we're going to rely on generators. I could string this one over here, but we're going to go. We're going to go ahead and give him its own for right now. That way, see if we look at it. It's now powered. It's now populated. So hopefully, that will contribute towards plus happiness. I don't know if not powered means not happy, but not powered definitely means it won't level up. And the sooner these residences can level up, the better. I think it's a happiness thing. So anyways, we've got that running. We've obviously got a couple of settlers attracted. One of them already took possession of the house. We can't really do anything else yet. As far as the mod go, as far as building in some settlements too, there isn't a lot for us to actually do that you'd be interested to watch me do. We're going to go ahead and hello. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and head down to Red Rocket. We're only going to go for a few more minutes, I think, on this video. We're not going to go into Concord, I think, until the next one, because that's a longer sequence, factoring the Minutemen and the Quincy 5.
Hey, what are you doing yourself? You lose your Okay, then. Let's take it.
Okay, so we're not going to claim the workshop, but we are going to go through, get all the stuff. It'll get sent over to Sanctuary, so we have a little bit more scrap to work with when we get there. Make sure we get everything. And let's do a little cooking. A little is all we get. Sometimes if your loot detector freezes, like it's not picking stuff up, go into the Pip-Boy, it'll clear the cache of everything that was picked up, and then hopefully start working again. You might have to give it a few seconds to go, oh yeah, I've got a job to do, and then clear some stuff out. Come on. You can do it. Also, if you walk away, and then come back. Actually, no, it's not picking this stuff up. I think because we kind of claimed the workshop through cooking. So we'll just go ahead and pick them up. And then here's a quick trick for you. So once you're out of the, if you grab stuff, if you've got junk in a workshop you want to send to a different workshop, you can come out here. Once you've got the meters hiding, just come in here and drop it. And then you just give it a second, and loot detector should go, oh hey, see? There you go. That's a quick workaround, so you can easily transfer stuff between without actually having to travel. I find that useful on occasion. Yeah, see, it says workshop. We've already claimed it, so that's why it didn't work so well. Let's go ahead and level up. Cooking, cooking, cooking. There we go. Why didn't this show up last time? Oh well. Okay. So, what we're going to do, our strategy is to add perks that will give us the ability to build and upgrade things for experience. So the best place to start that is gun nuts. We know we're going into combat, so we'll grab... It does unfortunately mean we have to, because we took all the scrap and sent it home, we're going to have to go all the way back to Sanctuary and then build there. Do you hear that zapping? So my understanding of loot detector is a little fuzzy apparently on whether or not it will pick up things while you're in the area where the workshop exists. But that's cool. It means we missed some things, but it picked them up anyways. So we can do the quick transfer, drop all the junk, and then also notice we had dog meat along for the ride. We'll go ahead and keep him. He's kind of helpful in Concord, but after Concord we'll probably dismiss him back to Sanctuary. From here, we'll go ahead and end the episode. And then the next episode, we will make our way down to Concord and help out the stranger clear the area of raiders. Until then, have a good time modding, and see you next time.